first, she's the Sunday Times best-selling author whose book has been in the charts, I can't believe this, for 16 weeks.
Nice. Today, Roxie Nafousi is back to talk about an emotion that's often seen as negative, which is jealousy, but it doesn't have to be that way.
Exactly.
What? Stop rewriting jealousy in my head. I thought jealousy's bad.
Yeah, and that's actually the problem, because we really do associate jealousy with this kind of green-eyed monster. And if you think about all the kind of Disney films that we watched growing up, there's always the jealous villain.
There is?
Yeah, right? And so when we feel it, we judge ourselves or we try to deny it. So let's say we feel jealous because we see everybody on holiday on Instagram and we're like...
Because that's what we're seeing at the moment. We're seeing pictures of people on their holidays. We shouldn't be, like, looking at them and thinking, oh, I'm so jealous.
Exactly.
You should, because you're pretty much always on holiday.
What should we be thinking instead of that?
So we can really use envy or jealousy to show us what it is that we still want, what we desire, and what still needs healing within us. Envy, basically, when we feel jealous, we feel envious. What we're saying is, what you have means less for me. And that really comes from a scarcity mindset, like there's not enough to go around. Whereas the antithesis of that is inspiration. And inspiration says there is enough love, success, happiness for everybody. So how can I look at this thing that I'm jealous of or that I feel envious of and instead turn that into inspiration?
So, right, so you're not saying that it's healthy to resent other people doing well.
No, it's from a manifestation point of view. Resentment and envy is very low vibrational.
What does that mean?
So with the law of attraction, which is quantum physics, basically says that we attract the energy that we put out. And energy has high vibrational or low vibrational frequencies. So if we're sat in this low vibrational frequency of envy, there's not enough to go around, it's a scarcity mindset, we're going to keep attracting lack into our lives. Whereas if we come from an inspired mindset, an abundant mindset, there's more than enough to go around, and inspiration has this high vibrational frequency, we attract more abundance back into our lives.
So just for people that sort of haven't really got into this or don't really understand it too much, explain exactly what manifesting is, just to sort of the 101 of manifestation.
So the 101 is that manifesting is the ability to use the power of your mind to change and create the reality you experience. And it is backed by science. There's neuroscience and quantum physics that helps us to understand it. But really what I say is that manifestation is a self-development practice. And so my book, In the 7 Steps, really is a self-help book, and absolutely anyone and everyone can benefit from it.
So talking about these 7 steps, can you give us a quick breakdown of those 7 steps, what people could do at home in order to manifest?
Yeah, so the first step is really to be clear in your vision. You can't get to where you want to go if you don't know where it is you're headed. The second step is remove fear and doubt, and I think this is really the crux of manifestation. You manifest what you believe you're worthy of. And so if you were to, let's say, dream about your dream house, okay, the ideal house, and you think, I want to manifest this. If you don't believe you're worthy of it, you won't be able to attract it into your life. And so really, we are the only people standing in our own way. It's our fears.
So it's our fear, isn't it?
Our insecurities, our limiting beliefs, our low self-worth, which we've accumulated throughout our whole lives. And that's why self-love is really the driving force of manifesting, and what makes this such an amazing self-development practice, because...
What about being grateful as well?
Well, that is actually one of my steps as well. Gratitude. I think people get confused because I think manifesting is always about wanting more, more, more. But really, it's also about appreciating all that you already have. When we go back to vibrations, gratitude and the feeling of appreciation has an incredibly high vibration.
How do they not work against each other? If the manifesting is, I want this, if I think that hard, I'm going to get it, which I always worry about, because that can equate to projection, which is quite a negative thing, i.e., I'm not going to be happy unless I get this thing. That's not the way we should be working, right? How does that manifest itself? How does that equate itself with being grateful? Because they're sort of working against each other, aren't they?
It's such a good question. And I always think that the manifesting sweet spot, I call it, is knowing what you want whilst being entirely grateful for all that you already have. So you have these goals, you have these visions, you know what you want, and then you let it go. And then you come back to, how can I be the best version of myself today? How can I be grateful for all that I already have? You know, they say a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. And it's like the more grateful you are, the more you will, abundance and happiness and success you will attract into your life. And so gratitude is a really integral part of manifestation.
Rox, how do people do this if people are watching and saying, right, I get the principle, but I'm working hard, I come home, I look after my kids, I don't have time to meditate, I don't have time to stop and think.
No money.
And I've got no money. How do I put this into my life in a tangible way without, with the greatest respect, without the flowery language around it?
Yeah. I think it's really starting small and making small practical changes in your life. Essentially, because self-love is the driving force behind manifesting, the way we treat ourselves and the way we behave day to day is actually helping our manifestation process. So for anyone, you can really think, okay, what are 3 simple changes I could make to my day-to-day life to make me feel more empowered, make me feel better about myself, whether that's something to do with your nutrition, how much you move. If you give yourself, 10 minutes in the morning before your kids wake up, just to have some, like, a cup of tea on your own.
Yeah.
Do you know, and there's so many tiny little changes you can make to your day that if you're consistent with them, they really do have a huge impact on how you feel and therefore how powerfully you manifest.
Oh, amazing. And you got a podcast out.
Yeah.
And that's how
Can you guys
get
be
that
a guest?
weekly.
The moments that made me.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. You never know, you might get us both on.
I would love that, please.
I can tell you how I manifested Dermot.
Can I manifest having a bit more airtime when I come on the podcast? And another thing, yeah.
Well, this is you now. You can lead it to the break.
Thank you, Alison.
Take it to the break.
Thank you, Rox.
Thank you,
Thank you
Roxie.
so much. Thank you.